Welcome to Megapath Presents. Can you hear me? Welcome to Megapath Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about The Walking Dead episode 9/12. That's season 9, episode 12. If you're new here, we do this every single Sunday at 10:30, give or take. Oh, I'm only 8 minutes late. Yeah, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. And we will do a quick first impression review, about 10 minutes, give or take, again, if you're new here. And then we're going to dive into the fan feedback that's from you guys. I also want to start testing some things out. Speaking of which, I just remembered, what was that called? Straw poll? I want to test this out. Somebody did this on, or told me about this on a video game live stream recently. I can make a poll, put the link in the comments, and then you guys vote on it. So what I'm thinking is, I'm going to create the poll now. Did you like the episode, yes or no? And it's going to be as simple, did you like it? Or did you love it, like it, or hate it? 3 options. And then I'll put the link in the comments section. Scroll through the comments. It'll be on the live video, so if you're watching this after it's recorded, it won't be there. Give me 2 minutes and then we'll dive into the first impression review. Let me get the poll in the thing. I'll let you know when it's in the comments section. This is the first time we're doing it. I just thought of it, or else I would have had it all prepped. Did you like tonight's episode? Did you like tonight's episode? Loved it? Liked it? Hated it? Yeah, we'll do that. Allow multiple options, allow comments, allow multiple votes. Alright, yeah, so we'll just do that. Create poll. Now what? I guess I just take this, copy it, and then put it in the comments section. Where's the comments section? Boom, here we go. So I'm going to put this. Alright, so that should be it. It's the straw poll. Let me click on it to test it. Comes right up. Okay, yeah, that should be it. Go ahead and vote on that now. And then after I do my first impression review, I wonder if I should keep letting people know about it. After I do the first impression review, we will check the poll before we go into the fan feedback. I'm testing out some new things because I would like to start adding to the streams, especially make them more interactive. We have phone calls coming up this summer, I think, or maybe for season 10. I think for The Walking Dead, I like to start integrating phone calls. So let me just make sure we're all good now. You guys can see the chat. You know what? No. I'm going to slide this over a touch. That's a little crooked. Give me a second, guys. And then you all should be good. We'll get rid of this. All right, so we're going to go into the first impression review. This is my thoughts on the episode, and then we will check that poll to see if you guys liked it. Again, if you're new here, if you're just getting here, we have a poll in the comment section. I'm going to put the post again, the link again. Find the link. I just put it a second time. It's a straw poll. Go to it, vote whether you like the episode or not, and then we will check the poll. I see a few people say they voted. We will check the poll after the first impression review. Okay. Oh, yeah. I had to laugh. The title, What the Cuck. The whole title was What the Cuck Was That? But, yeah, what do you want me to say? The mask design, I want to point this out right off the bat because as a comic fan, I really do love this. See, in the comic, when you look at a different herd of zombies, especially since sometimes or oftentimes they're in the distance or it's just not as clear when they're closer up, and it's such a how the pages are set up, you know? In the comic, the zombies have white eyes. And the Whisperers have blacked out eyes and then the blacked out mouth. And if you watch, a lot of times in this episode, you'll see moments with Whispers where it looks so comic accurate, especially one specific time with Alpha, and it felt like they did it on purpose. It was just the way she kind of turned and the camera focused on her look. I just love that, man. That look is so friggin' cool. We got the council. I just want to say, the council, I like having everyone share their thoughts and opinions and kind of get a good look at how the whole community runs. Two red flags right away, though. One, who is Random Bitch? I have to say, Random Bitch is the chick that has the curly hair with the glasses, and she came up to Michonne in the beginning, like in 902 or something, or maybe it was later on. It doesn't matter. But she talked about Negan. And Michonne was like, oh, I'll take care of it, whoop-de-whoop. Her acting was fine. Like, there's nothing against her acting. That was fine. It was good. But just having this random person, I was just like, really? Maybe over the years, yeah, sure. Obviously, more people are going to move into the spot. But if she is there, I don't want her to be, like, on the council and then kind of be like a nobody. So I'm wondering if she's going to get some shine. Who is this? The second red flag was, if I'm in Alexandria and I'm putting in work and I'm helping and whoop-de-whoop, even though I'm not on the council, you're going to tell me I can't go to the kingdom, and take part in a fair? Are you shitting me? You guys are going to vote for us? That's the one thing where I was like, wait, hold on, Michonne. You're overstepping now, because I think if I want to risk it, I should be able to go risk it. Do they even know? That was one little thing that I thought, what's going on? Yeah, Random Bitch. We call guys and girls bitches, just so you know if you're new here. I'm putting the link again if you're new, if you just came to the chat. I seen like 200 people just showed up. I put a straw poll in the comments. Go and vote whether you like the episode or not. We're going to check the poll after my review. Henry getting captured was meh, I'll be honest. It was a little bit meh. I love how the meh moments, they're actually burning right through it. And this is something that, for some reason, in this episode, I was like, okay, even the moments where I'm not really digging it, I don't hate it, but I'm not really digging it, they're burning through it. You know what I'm saying? You got the Negan and Michonne. I like the face-to-face, but, I mean, in the comic, it was multiple issues. They're just burning through that dialogue and that back and forth. The cuckery with Father Gabriel, Siddiq, and Rosita, that really weird, like, slow down, smile, no dialogue, enter in the house type thing. I mean, good. I don't give a shit. We're burning through it. We don't need to go in there and hear what's going on in their conversation. Let's just get right through it. There's a number of things, like Henry showing up and then, beating the one Whisper, and then Beta just snatches him right up. I mean, they're burning right through it. And I was like, all right, cool. Because in the comic, listen, there was this badass moment where Carl decided to rest. He's stalking them. And then Alpha comes up and Carl's like, listen, bitch. You know what I mean? I'll blow your brains out. And they had some nice back and forth between Alpha and Carl. And she thought he had a little I don't know, a little fire to him, so she brought him along. She would have killed him. I mean, don't get it wrong. It was the same type of character. But she thought, I like this kid. Let's bring him along and let's see what kind of info we can get out of him. I don't know. The back and forth was just better in the comic, I'll be honest. When it came to Henry and them, oh, yeah, I just want to talk about this. There was one moment where Eugene comes in, and I honestly thought it was pretty good. Eugene has the hots for Rosita, and he comes in, and he's like, listen, I made these lists, and I had the same reaction as Gabriel, like, oh, bro, But, yeah, he was doing a good thing. And they had this one moment that I was like, wait, hold on. Did they put that in there? That is not Eugene. That's like Twitter beef and Twitter debating, where Eugene was just like, you would be a fool to let her go, and it's really, it's up to her now. And for a moment I thought he was talking about the baby and getting political, where it's her choice, it's a woman's choice. As a matter of fact, it's all her choice. And I was just like, okay, bitches, you're putting your own that Eugene's not going to talk. That's just not Eugene. That's just simply, you can have a guy who, you don't need to just relax. So when you get people in the comments section who are saying all this, like Connie saves the baby, she's SJW. Connie's a comic character. They brought her to the show. She's not an SJW agenda. She's not an SJW anything. This one little written part where Eugene was like, oh, it's totally her decision. Whether you think that or not, we're not debating that here. The point is, Eugene's not going to say that. Give me a fucking break. But if I misinterpreted the scene and Eugene was simply saying, yo, it's her choice if she wants to be with you or Siddiq, then, well, yeah, duh. It's also Gabriel's choice whether he wants to be with her or Siddiq. I mean, you never know. But, so that part tripped me up a little bit. I don't see that. And I want to linger on it a bit too, because whether you believe that or not, like I said, we're not getting into debate, but it just simply doesn't fit Eugene's character. It doesn't fit a lot of people's character. A lot of people would like to talk about it, share different opinions, not just be like, it's the bitch's thing, back the fuck up. Guys, back up. You don't count. Anyhow, moving right along, because that just did not fit Eugene's character whatsoever. We got Judith, one amazing moment. I mean, little tiny, hold on. Good. Don't crush the cat, though. All right, so we have Judith. If you guys want to see an amazing little acting moment from a little talented actor, go back and watch where she's talking to Michonne, and Michonne is just like, go to your room. And, damn, I forgot her name. The actor playing Judith, what's her name? Oh, my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. I don't know, but Judith is like, what? Like, why? That little expression she does was a home run. Gracie, we saw Gracie here. And again, I tell you what. I think in this episode, I think I'm going to be really furious if Aaron gets killed off. I'm trying to word this in the right way, because it's not living vicariously through Aaron, like how normally that makes sense. But I'm kind of living in a way vicariously through Aaron, as if it's comic Rick. Not Andrew Lincoln Rick. We're getting him in the movies, but we now have like comic accurate Rick, and I'm really hoping they give him a lot more scenes. They don't just kill him off, because I mean, he's got the hair, looks just like comic Rick. He's got the arm, just like comic Rick. Hey, I'm saying, I just hope they bring him in more, give him a bigger role, and he's on it for a little bit. We're losing Rick. Let's get comic Rick on the show in the form of Aaron. And then we got Daryl and them bringing in Whispers, which I would have really liked the moment a little more if we got to see a little more of them dressed up as Whispers. However, if that is just a setup for seeing more of our survivors in Whisper outfits in season 10, if they do go to war with the Whispers, hint, hint, then I'll be absolutely fine with that. However, this episode did not blow me away. I did not hate it. I'm going to have to say, I liked it. It was, a lot of it I felt like was necessary build-up. Whether right now you are aware of it, I think certain moments it's easy to say, that's a filler moment. But knowing what's coming up and what they're setting up from the comic, I think some of this is important, and it's the build-up leading us somewhere. So for the moments that were a little meh, and they burned through them, I think that was the right decision. I stand behind that. So yeah, I wasn't loving the episode. Definitely liked the episode. But the next episode, holy shit, the trailer alone got me hyped. I love that moment where Daryl tells Lydia, Beta's the best? Yeah. We'll kill him first. Okay. Good luck, Daryl. So we're going to check that poll. And we'll get to the comments. I'm trying to gauge whether some of you guys like it now. I think you guys are done voting, but last chance. I'm going to wrap up my first impression review. If you're new, I put holy shit, there's 200 new people in here already. If you're new, it's your last chance to vote. I put the poll in the comment section real quick. Go look for it. Vote whether you liked the episode or not. And we'll get to that in a second. So like I said, real quick, go vote right now. I will put the link. It's all one link. I just keep putting it in the comment section multiple times. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap up the first impression review, read a couple super chats. We're going to check that poll, and then we'll see what you guys have to say. Now, as far as the episode as a whole, I think it could have had a little more. Biggest complaint. I mean, let me clarify this. Biggest complaint, because there was one moment I don't want to miss. Alpha being challenged was something that I predicted a while back, not because I'm fucking genius, but simply because understanding or learning writing, we need to know how this group functions. So knowing a little bit of the comic material, we know that you get challenged and all that. So I knew, like, as someone who studies writing, they're definitely gonna quickly get to someone challenging Alpha. That was a prediction I made a while back, simply based on that. They did it. I got real hyped for it, but it was a little, it had that mafia, they got whacked and it was kind of cool, like a little Joe Pesci as a whisper in that aspect, but I just kind of wanted a little more. I wanted us to really see why they follow Alpha. Not maybe like a drag down, fight or brawl or nothing, but just something. I don't know. Just something. Maybe the girl did go to attack and she just kind of dodges it and then puts the wire around. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not asking for too much. Just add a little more oomph to it. Now, that's probably one of my biggest negatives, besides some of those other nitpicky things. Other than that, like I said, I like the episode, and I get why they need to build this up for what's coming up. So, we did get a couple super chats in. Let's read those, and then we'll check the poll to see what you guys thought about the episode. And again, if you're new here, the poll is in the comments section. I just put it in there again. We won't do this all the time. This is a new thing we're testing out. If we do stick with the poll, if you guys like this, I'll probably put something up like an overlay where you guys can see an image and it'll explain, go down and vote and all that. Yeah, Henry was a bit weak in this episode. I just keep thinking back to Comic Carl, where it really felt like Carl was doing something kind of stupid, thinking with his pecker instead of his brain. At the same strength, there was that one aspect that redeemed Carl that they took out of the show. In the comic, they were raping the women. You know what I mean? Lydia was getting raped, and no matter how stupid it was of Carl, you supported him 100%. You were like, yeah, get her out of there. Get Lydia out of there. Absolutely. Even if it means going to war with these guys, get them out of there. But as it is now, and I don't mean to sound cold, but all right, she gets beat. Big whoop. She's with a bunch of sick. Well, it's bad luck, but it is what it is. Do you want to come with us? You can come with us. If not, I'm not going to force you, I just really feel like being it was a bitch move to take it out of there, and it does kind of make Henry feel like more of a desperate, pathetic character than it does someone who is standing up for something that is just absolutely disgusting. So, D Lane with a $5 dono, just popping in since I never get to catch a live stream, but love supporting this channel. Thank you very much, D Lane, for that support. Definitely help to keep this going. Jessica04 with a $15 dono, just dropping off my weekly donation. Laugh out loud, about to watch the episode now. Have a good night, Ronnie. Thank you very much, Jessica. I appreciate the support. The Surfing Ginger with a $5 dono. Number one, random bitch has got to be a Pike setup. Per your prediction. Number 2, as a non-comic reader, I now understand the Alpha Hype 3. Okay, Alpha Hype. Number 3, best episode this half. Oh, you really liked it this half, huh? I'm not sure if I would have counted that one of the best for me personally, but I understand the moments that are really good that people would like. I also understand some of the other moments that people would find a little weaker or maybe not as much, maybe not as interesting. David Aldrich with a $10 dono. They're putting too much into the trailers and sneak peeks. Yes, yes, and yes. They are putting way too much out there. Seem like most of the big moments in this episode were seen before. Kind of takes away from the excitement, in my opinion. I will say absolutely hell yes, they're putting too much out there. We are already digging in deep. So instead of putting out 50 images of the coming episode, put out 5. Realistically, they put out like 15. Put out 5. Instead of putting out the opening minutes, a sneak peek, the trailer, take, the trailer and really condense it. Take the opening minutes and do something else, or the sneak peek. I don't know. They're just putting way too much out there. What is this? Oh, thank you very much, David, for the $10 dono. I appreciate that. Ilini Guy 58. Did I say that right? Ilini Guy 58 with a $5 dono. Couple questions. How close are we to getting Compendium 4? I think we're a year away. I did the math. I forget. The other month I did the math. And we're a year away if you calculate how many issues need to come out. And also how long it takes them to usually set up the release, get distribution and all that. So we're about a year away from Compendium 4. It may be 10 months, let's say, because I think I did that math a couple months ago. And did you scrap your deeper into segments, dig and map, keep up the good work? No, thank you very much for actually bringing that up. March is when we're kicking off the deeper into. If you guys missed it in my gaming live stream, the deeper into, even though I gotta say, the deeper intos are weird. They, by far, have gotten the most praise in the comments section alone. Normal comments section is just talking about things in the episode or what the video's about. If you go to the deeper into, I dare you, go to deeper into 901 or deeper into 902. Hell, go to deeper into 901, 902, 3, and 4. Most of the comments, 80% of the comments are just, I love this style of video. The odd thing is they don't do well. Like I could just make a video predicting, will beta smash alpha in the next episode, and I'll get 20 times more support for that than I will a deeper into. Yes, I know it's crazy, it's weird, and it's absurd, but the simple truth is, ridiculous theory videos or prediction videos, you just can't beat them. They outperform pretty much anything, which we are bringing the deeper intos back. If I can do the best I can, I want to do at least all of season 9. I want to do every single episode up until season 9. So we'll do season 9, then we'll go back and start with season 1. But it's not, originally I was thinking let's bang one out a week. It's just not going to be like that. We're doing 905 next. It'll be out this month. Right now I'm scheduling one a month. If there's a lot of support, we'll do 1, maybe 2 a month. I don't want to do much more than that, depending on if we get a feel for the editing and the other stuff we have coming out on the channel. So that's the plan right now. But if the support is just not there, it'll likely just maintain a once a month, once every other month schedule. And we'll see if it grows, and then we can do a little more. If it doesn't, then it's going to be once a month, once every couple months, something like that. But they're not gone for good. I always want to do them. And it's not just the Walking Dead. Deeper Intos are going to cover a lot of things. Some things are going to surprise the shit out of a bunch of you guys. So I think you'll like it. So, and don't forget, we're on track right now, doing really good with our 2019 schedule. So the deeper intos, I think in the middle of the month, expect deeper into 905. The Surfing Ginger with a $5 dono. Were they trying to say that Daryl and Connie led those walkers to the camp? I believe so, yes. Whatever happened, I wish they saved Daryl wearing the mask for later. I think that's just a foreshadowing setup, and we will see Daryl with the mask later on. Also, however, I think if I get it right, those zombies are considered guardians. Someone yelled the guardians. You know what I mean? And I kind of feel like they assisted on steering some of the walkers into the camp, into a section that was unguarded or not watched, and that's what happened. That was the ruckus that caused the whole thing, and then they were able to swoop in there and steal Lydia and Henry. But let's check the straw poll and see what you guys have to say about this episode. View results. Okay, you know what? You guys can view the results with me. I'm going to get rid of my camera just for a second, and you guys can see here. Did you like tonight's episode? Liked it. 49%, 61 votes, liked it. 47% loved it. So it's almost split 50-50 between liked it and loved it. That is almost 97%. Yeah, it's about 96.7% just liked it and loved it. And only 3% hated it. Wow. This episode did a fuck ton better than I expected. I'll be honest. I thought a lot of people were going to say, that's a bit boring. We'll keep that poll up. You know what? There's no reason to get rid of the poll. I'll leave it up. Maybe at the end, if someone could remind me, if you're new here and you want to vote again, I'm going to pop the link in the comments section. Go ahead and hit that straw poll. And then also, you guys let me know if you like doing the straw poll. Talking Dead promo was amazing. Ooh, I can't wait to check out some of those. You guys let me know if you like the straw poll. And also, I have another little thing for you. There's an insider interview with Beta. If you guys want to take a look at that, in a minute we will do that. But I'm going to take a sip of my iced tea, and then we'll see what you guys have to say. There was only 124 votes. Yeah, not everyone has to vote. I mean, if you guys want to, like I said, I'm going to leave it up because it's tricky. So many people join, and they might join right after I mention it. That's why I tried mentioning it a lot. Everyone doesn't come at once, so people are coming and going constantly. All right. Do I think they're going to keep Beta's identity the same as the comic? You know what? I hope they don't. It was kind of stupid. Love and Alpha, her voice, her mannerisms are creepy AF, and I actually think the accent makes it even creepier. Beta was great too. I'm fine with the voices. I agree with you, Melissa. I'm fine with the voices. And if you guys are new here and you want to talk to me, put at Megapath Presents. That helps to highlight it so I can see. And if you are talking to each other, it'll keep the chat clean. This way, it highlights it, and I can pull your questions for the comments or utilize the super chat to help the channel. And also, I'll get my phone in a little bit to check the PayPal and read off some of the direct PayPal donations, because those are direct donos that kick in instantly. Kyle B, $5 dono. The sneak peek showed the Highwaymen are the ones who sent a kingdom a letter. Who are these people? Are they from the comic? Oh, that is interesting. So there are Highwaymen? That sucks, because that means the people going around a month ago talking about the Highwaymen are people who were obviously sharing spoilers, I would imagine. I don't know. I think there was a mix-up with the Highwaymen prediction or spoiler leak, whatever it is, because if you actually search The Walking Dead and Highwaymen, a couple articles come up about the Saviors. In the articles, they called the Saviors the Highwaymen because they caught up with them, in a street or highway or whatever it was. So, I don't know. The Saviors on the Highway, I think it was called, so that pops up when you search for it. How do you feel about Lauren Cohan possibly being replaced for Maggie? I don't do recastings. Kill her off. And again, that's just for me. I know some people don't mind it. It doesn't work for me, though. Just kill her off. I know you don't like the actor replaced, but Maggie's an important character. Not important enough to be recast. No one is. Unless it's something like Henry, where it doesn't matter because the time skip and aging and stuff like that. Ronnie, can Lauren get the whiteout? Wait, what? See how this skips? I didn't touch a thing, and YouTube, every now and then it does that jitter. Beta sounds like Thanos. Love it. I laughed when Alpha had Lydia take a bite of the infamous asshole apple. Yeah. Do you think the event that Michonne and Daryl and others went through was that they brought the Saviors into Alexandria and things went bad? I'm going to say no. I don't think it's the Saviors. Drink that's child's blood, Ronnie. Yeah. Why didn't Alpha give the girl a proper challenge? It was a cowardly move to kill her from behind like that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If the girl would have lunged, or if they had something and she just pulled out the thing and did the damn thing, I don't know. It was kind of bitch, you know. It was a bit bitch made. I expected like a a visual of why these people respect her and follow her, not just Beta. And I know some of it is Beta, but it had to have started with her without Beta being there from day one, you know? So maybe her backstory was that, and then now it is showing how she is leaning more on Beta as a crutch to help run the joint, because that does play a part in the comic. What the hell is Henry thinking? He's going to start a war over some stupid girl, a moron. See, that's exactly why I think it's important to have Lydia be a victim of rape in that community. Also, it's a fucked up system that fits with their way of life. If you can't protect yourself, then, you know, the weak survival of the strongest or whatever it is, even in their own group, you know what I mean? It's not just brutalizing one of their own members, it's testing them as well. That's a fucked up, you know, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? Just damn. There's no other way to describe it. And it makes it more, you understand more, what's the word I'm looking for? It makes him look less desperate and less stupid and less careless and reckless, because we all understand that. Like, the girl's being abused. We need to get in there and do the damn thing. Daryl in a mask was dope. Yeah, it was pretty good. I want to see more of that coming up. Am I happy they kept the gore for the beheading? Yeah, I'm definitely happy about that. Jim Halpert 4.0 with a $5 dono. How do you think the 3-group dynamic would go if it was the Saviors, Woodbury, Whispers? If you took them all killing each other on sight off table? Wait, what? If you took them all killing each other on sight off the table? You mean fighting them all at the same time? It would just be an absolute mess, because keep in mind, the Saviors wouldn't just leave Woodbury and the Whisperers alone. They would be fighting as well. So it would be the enemies versus enemies, and it would just whittle its way down to whoever's left. It would just be a incoherent mess, to be honest. As fun as it sounds, it would just be a wreck, you know? Hey, Randy, I love the episode and how Beta pushed Henry around. And what do you think of Beta's knives? I think Beta's going to take Daryl's knives, for sure. Here's the Walking Dead promo. I can't watch it on the channel, though. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't watch it on the channel because they'll... I wonder if there's I'll have to... Let me answer some more questions. I skimmed through it. It looked like they were just walking, but maybe there's more to it. People were discussing if Alpha is a liberal or conservative. If anyone's doing that, it's got to be satire. Slizzle, do you think the writers face planted this episode with the weak portrayal of Alpha? No, I think there was a couple moments, and again, for me personally, that did fall a little weak. Yes, Alpha being challenged was one of them. And keep in mind, it was a cool death, but it just wasn't a cool challenge, you know? And as far as the Henry being desperate and no rape Yeah, you must have just got in here. I literally just got done talking about that. I think I even mentioned it like 4 times now. Yeah, absolutely. I think it's weak. Why the heck didn't the boyfriend Whisper fight back after they kill his girlfriend? Makes no sense to me. I think he knew he was just fucked, and he was hoping that he would at least make it out of there alive, you know? Not all of us are banging a chick that means the world. That was probably just someone he hooked up with, like a girlfriend he was just, killing time with, Could be that. Do you think, I mean, not all relationships are soulmates, Do you think Negan will have any interaction with the Whispers like in the comic? Yeah, but I'm feeling more and more it might be later this season or maybe not even till next season, which is ouch. Love your videos. I couldn't wait for The Walking Dead to end tonight to watch your vids. Oh, thank you very much, Jordan. I appreciate that. How about that beheading? I haven't seen that much violence towards humans since Glenn and Abe died. Yeah, I feel like it was real quick and over, though, so there was definitely the violence there, but it was so quick, it was almost, with Glenn and Abe, it lingered, and I think that's why people went crying, or at least some people went off crying about it, just because it lingered. If you show, his eye popping out of his skull for 2 seconds, you've seen it all. It doesn't matter if you sit there and stare at it for a minute. You saw it. So I think, in a way, it just shows how petty some people can be. We saw gore for 1.2 seconds. That's okay. Like, I shit you not. You can say shit like 5 times the whole season, but if you say it 6, you done fucked up. Like that. That's actually a rule on cable television. I forget what the number is, but someone logically thought 5 shits is fine, 6. It's like, what? You got to protect the children. Do you think Maggie will get a spinoff? No, I don't. I think that would be. I think anyone can get a spinoff at this point. I just think it's ridiculous for her to get the spinoff. Alpha killing those 2 Whispers almost made me do what Negan said to Father Gabriel. I almost shit my pants. Yeah. I think I missed Spin's comment. Oh, man. How are you? With a $5 dono. Thank you very much for the dono. It looks like they got caught with their masks down. That's funny. Instead of being caught with your pants down. Yeah, I knew we had a couple super chats that were getting missed. Jeff 1990 with a $3 dono. How many pikes are you expecting? More than the comics? I'm expecting around the same. Between 10 and 15. We're going to have some filler deaths in there. It could just be like 5, but if it's a border, I feel like we've got to have a few. It's got to be more than 5. Maybe around 10 would be my guess. Kind of wish they kept the rape aspect. I don't know why. I know why. I already explained it 5 times, but I agree. FYI, Rayon showed up on another live stream today. Jimmy. Matter of fact, now that you mention it, I don't think his videos have popped up in my feed at all. Did he stop covering The Walking Dead? Sohaib Siddiq. Did I get that right? Have you seen season 3 of True Detective? Yes, I did. I thought it was pretty good. The ending was a little too tame for me. What kind of mod is that? I'm pretty sure I got the same one. It's a drag. That's all I know. Thoughts on what they said about the kingdom, what's happening. The kingdom is just not producing enough for them to grow. That's what I pulled from it. So they're doing pretty bad as far as when it comes to food and crops and all that. So they're in a bad place. The fair, a big part of the fair is to revitalize their economy inside the kingdom. And that's what I'm getting as far as not only the trade, bringing groups together, discussing opening more trade, because if the kingdom is doing really bad and if they have this fair and it goes off well, not only that, families and friends can sit down and chill together. But on top of that, you have a chance to discuss opening up the doors and getting patrol roads so the communities can trade. Imagine if the kingdom has a lot of lumber and then the hilltop has a ton of crops. They can trade the lumber to build new stuff or to do repairs or for their wall. They can trade that lumber for the crops, just like how a real system would be up and running if they had 3 communities working together. Wait, the kingdom doesn't know Carol killed Jed and his group of asshats as per the sneak peek? I don't think anyone knows. I mean, again, I haven't watched a sneak peek. I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm good. Don't worry. You don't need to explain it. I'll go and watch it. As far as what we know now, Carol, that's her own thing. She did that out on her own, and Henry's got fatal blue balls. It's a terminal condition that has started wars in the past. Yeah. Did you see Beta's knives? Yeah, those were little rinky-dink ones, though, compared to what Daryl's got. I mean, the thumbnail has Beta's knife in the thumbnail. I totally agree. Thanks for mentioning it, that the rape part of the story is very important. It helps justify Carl going. That should have had Beta kill someone. I'm good with Beta not killing anyone right yet. I think the focus should have been on Alpha at this time. Yeah, Beta has knives, but they're not the same ones. They're not as big as Daryl's, and they don't have the finger hole. It's the signature knives that Beta had in the comic, but Daryl has them. I'm telling you guys, I mean, they're either going to screw up royally, or I'm telling you, Beta's going to get Daryl's knives, 100%. There's no way he doesn't. Daryl, for those who don't know, Daryl has Beta's signature knives, his signature weapon in the comic. That would be like Negan being on screen and you see somebody else with a Lucille bat. We know, you know what? That's how Negan gets his bat. You know, it's just going to happen. Or else that would be like, wait a minute, why would you troll us like that, you know? Just fucking around. How about Negan getting some of his swagger back? Had a slight lean while keeping it 100 with Michonne. Can't keep the big dog locked up forever. Do you like Siddiq's cringy lines? It makes it hard to believe his character. I didn't hate all his lines tonight. I thought some of them were fine. But he does have a little sway to him that it might just be the character needs to grow on you more. I need to see more of his stuff. Like I said, I thought it was fine tonight. Yeah. I was thinking the same thing. Like, Aaron, you guys are definitely going to regret this shit, yo. Ian Anderson with $5 dono. Love your streams, Ronnie. Just wanted to support the channel. Keep it up. Thank you very much for the dono. I appreciate that. Definitely helps to keep this going, that's for sure. Do you think Jesus versus Beta would be cooler than Daryl versus Beta? You know what? No. I'm going to say no. If they had more time and a bigger budget, I would say yes. But they just don't have the budget to take the time to choreograph that. They just don't. So no, it wouldn't come out as good. And that's taking Jesus's skill in martial arts. When you have a knockdown, drag-out fight, it's easier to choreograph because it's more raw. But with Jesus, it would look ridiculous if the trained martial artist had a really raw fight. You know what I mean? If he was throwing kicks like he didn't know what the hell he was doing. So, and you got to be careful with some of that shit too, because if you don't duck or move in the wrong way and he catches Ryan Hurst, even though he's a big dude, if he catches him with a heel right in the jaw, I'll probably break it, you know? The Surfing Ginger with a $2 dono. That Lydia suffocating story was weird AF. Yeah, definitely was. Surfing Ginger, take more money, making this a tradition. Thank you very much for the support. Tony Corant with a $10 dono. Been watching for a couple years now, man. Keep up the good content. Thank you very much, Tony. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. What else we got here? What do you think Lydia's reaction will be to Alpha's eventual death? It all depends on how they develop the character further. There's two reactions. There's one fuck that bitch finally. And two, that sucks. That's my mother. It's a shame it came to this, but it is what it is. What is the fair? How does it help the kingdom? I just mentioned that. You probably commented after, but opens up trade. I hope the new spinoff is a good one, and also a spinoff with plans to go past season 1. I do like Michonne movie Rick tie-in, though. Yeah, keep in mind, if they did, and that's a little if, they're probably doing something that we haven't even mentioned, but if that is it, it's likely going to play a role in helping to fill out the world, but also be the stepping stones to bring in other spin-offs and other backstories like Negan and the governor and stuff like that. So it's not like this spin-off is the last one. This could be the stepping stones to more like it. Brand new to the live chat, my favorite part was the conversation between Michonne and Negan. Yeah, guys, again, for anyone new here, I am putting in the comments down below, I'm putting a link to a poll. We'll check the poll again here in a minute and see if anyone else has added to it, whether you liked the episode, loved it, or hated it. The link is down in the comment box below. Did you see Beta's knives tonight? Yeah, everyone keeps asking that. What is up with Beta's knives? Because I seen it. I just wasn't really impressed with what I saw. Was there something like, give me a hint. What, when you saw the knife, what jumped out at you? Like, what? I just saw a knife. I think there was even like a design on the knife. I thought, oh, okay, cool. But I didn't see anything because I still think Daryl's are bigger. Then again, he's a big dude, Beta's a big guy, so maybe it just looked small when he's holding them. We got Jeff1990 with an $8 dono. Been watching you for years. Keep the streams going. Best Walking Dead content on YouTube. Do you think you'll give Dying Light 2 a go when it comes out? It's possible. I'm going to go ahead and look up. Maybe I'll try to look up while we're on stream a trailer. Obviously, I can't play it. You never know. I don't want them to take the stream down and give us a strike, so I don't want to risk it. But I'll try to look it up and see some images. There's a real strong chance we might try it on the channel. And again, if there's support, we'll definitely try it if we have the time to squeeze it in. But thank you very much for the dono. Jim Halpert 4.0 with a $5 dono. I don't understand why Henry being stupid is so controversial. Dumb people do exist, and it's not like he is inconsistent about it. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that's another thing we did discuss a while back, and I think it was when Sasha did something stupid. It's not necessarily that you can't have characters do stupid shit, because we all make mistakes. We all do something stupid. We all do something and we're like, oh man, I really shouldn't have done that. It's how, when you look at a story and how you're telling the story, it's how frustrating it's going to be for the audience. If you're constantly watching someone who's frustrating you, it's going to actually suck your enjoyment right out of what you're watching. And that's not something you want. You don't want to keep frustrating fans. So every time they put Henry there, if they don't give us the reward, if we're always getting the stupid decision frustration, then it's going to be a negative thing. And every time we see him eventually, for a lot of us, it's just going to be a negative vibe, you know? So you want to kind of balance that out. And that's why I did like the comic aspect, because you had Carl who, even though he got caught, he had a badass scene where he was ready to go out blazing, you know? If Alpha set it off, it was game over. She was going to be the first to die. But you also had that sense of urgency, because he wasn't just coming because it was a girl his age. He was coming because if he turned his back, she was getting raped. If he wasn't there to help protect her. And again, this is in his eyes and his mind, because no matter what happens in a setup like that, you're always going to have people that are going to be overpowered. Not even girls. I mean, if they wanted to, they could have probably had a couple guys that got overpowered. I mean, shit happens. But it's not like it's only going to be straight people in the Whispers. I'm sure there's a few that putt from the rough, you know? So, I don't... Tyler Fournette with a $2 dono. Will Michonne let Negan out this season or next? You know what? I don't see her letting him out. I see some other way for him to get out. Something else happens that gets him out. Maybe it's Judith. I don't know. Corey Vaccaro with a $5 dono. Sup, Ronnie? It looks like all the Whisperer masks have long hair. Do they only skin female walkers, or do they think it just adds to the spooky element? I think it just adds to the spooky element, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few Whisperer masks that don't have hair, or they could have the hair to hide the stitching. If you want to take something that's actually practical as far as why they all have hair, I would imagine it's to try to hide the stitching as best they can. Now, obviously, if you're a survivor, you're not going to examine every zombie before you get close if you don't know about these guys. So I would imagine that would just be like a small little thing. Make sure you grab one with hair because it helps hide the stitching in case we run into people, you know? Man, did you see those knives? Yeah, everyone's talking about these knives. I gotta go look these up. What is up with... Are you talking about knives or something else? What's up with these knives? I did not see anything about the knives that were impressive. Somebody tell me. Are they actually impressive? Did I miss it? Why does Beta take orders from Alpha like a bitch? He's a big dude and could just kill and take over. Well, here's the thing. I think that's a little too simplistic. We're gonna have to see how the story unfolds. However, there's a part of him that... Big dude shows up to this community, and I'm speculating but kind of showing you what would be the story. Big guy shows up to this community, and he's just taken back, impressed that this little girl, especially to him, this short chick is running shit, and these people are bowing to her. I mean, he probably just does, you know, he's probably not just, maybe he could if he was that, but this is a type of guy who he caught feelings over that. He was like, oh man, this chick, she's holding it down. I mean, she's doing the damn thing. And then he grew this infatuation with her. So it's not a simple, I'm big, I'm man, I kill, you know, I crush her. Yeah, to be honest, no one's denying Beta could just lift her up and snap her neck, end the story. It's even mentioned in the comic. I think Negan mentions it. He's like, yo, if Beta wanted to rip your face off, he could. But it's beyond that with the relationship between Beta and Alpha. And again, I'm speculating. We never went over their origin story, but he probably got introduced to this group and saw her, and he was smitten. He was like, okay, look at this little boss. And then he decided, he made the choice to follow her as a leader, and here we are, you know? So it's not just about strength, but it's a level of loyalty as well. Kyle Nelson, or at least if I had to explain it, that's how I would write it, where, you know, he was surviving, he ran into this group, and he was immediately just, you know, interested, or maybe not even just head over heels in love, but just taken back and interested in this girl, especially to his size, running the show. Kyle Nelson with a $10 dono. It'll have to be in season 10, so I'm jumping the gun. But do you think they will remix the Silence to Whispers and maybe Daryl gets jumped and has to bite out someone's throat as a Rick callback? Daryl gets enough scenes. I'm sure he's going to get a ton of scenes in season 10. I want Aaron to get that. Hell yes. You know? Hell yes. Yeah, I want Aaron to get that. I want someone to be like, you think I'm gonna take orders from a fag, and then punch him, and then they attack him and beat on him, so that way we can hear the internet go crazy about SJWs and their crazy ass writing. That would be cool.
By the way, if you don't see Chibi, she's in the bathroom because she ripped off the cord of my charger.
All right, I'll get her out.
And also, she's always messing with
the blinds. I know. I'm trying to set something up. Sorry about that. So we'll get that fixed. That cat, man.
She was staring at me like she's gonna kill me.
I thought she's in the bathroom. I thought she was in the bathroom.
No, I said if you see her in the bathroom, that's because.
All right, we'll put her in the bathroom so you can get sleeping.
Okay, I know.
Love you. All right. Yeah, that cat just goes nuts with the blind things and the bed. I don't know why. She will not stop clawing at the damn bed. Are you talking about knives or something else? Oh, did I thank you for that dono? Thank you very much for that dono. Has to bite out someone's throat. A Rick callback. All right, yeah, that was where we left off. Let me just make sure we didn't get any others. All right, let's check the not the super chat. Let's check the poll again. Yeah, we're still at the same. 49% loved it, 47% liked it, and then 3% hated it. Still only 5 votes that hated it. 159 total. Yeah, I think people are pretty much done with the voting. So we'll remember that for next time. When we do votes, it'll be early on, and we likely won't even have to revisit the voting. What do you think of Beta's gold teeth? Yeah, I think it's a neat little addition. It's only a few in there, so I'm cool with it. I don't hate Scott M. Gimple, but man, he really messed up killing Carl too early. He would have been way better in the story arc than Henry. I'm gonna have to say, damn, that's a tricky one because I disagree. I don't think Chandler Riggs would have been able to hold it up acting wise with his range. He even came out and admitted he was lazy and he wouldn't have changed. I think it really took getting fired from The Walking Dead for him to really be like, oh, you know what? I need to take this shit seriously if I want to be an actor. What year in the zombie apocalypse do you hope the new spin-off takes place in? What? I hope it's the beginning. Oh, okay. Yeah, you confused me because, I mean, I get it. I get what you're saying now. It confused me for a second there. I thought you meant like we're making up New Year's or something. I'm fine if we get a whole outbreak. I just don't think they have enough budget to do it justice. So if they can't, I'm all right with them skipping it. I don't want them teasing a little, 30-second or 5-minute outbreak with peeking out windows and seeing shit pop off. If you can't do it justice, don't even do it at all. Sorry, but that's how I feel. What do you think about Daryl with the Whisperer mask? I thought it was cool. Could The Walking Dead have not killed off Carl by using CGI for the character? Then Cheddar would still be able to go off to college and Carl would be in the show still? What the fuck question was that? No CGI, no. Yeah. It would be awesome seeing Rick and Beta go at it. Thanks for the great channel, for being here for the Best Walking Dead After Show. You think they are setting up a potential romance with the Daryl and Connie? I don't hate it. At this time, I'm going to say it's 50-50. I mean, for right now, there's absolutely nothing romantic about it. They just simply, a guy and girl went on a run. That was it, So we'll have to see if they develop that or not. Daryl's been around plenty of chicks before, and it hasn't led to romance, so you never know. I bet that cat has something to do with the abrupt ending of last week's stream. Yeah. I found out there was actually winds right after that were so hard it was shaking the thing. I guess there was some type of windstorm. But yeah, I don't know who you're talking to. Duarte. Did I say that right? Doing a rape story with Lydia because she's a kid. First off, she's 19, so she's of legal age. She's not a kid. It doesn't really matter. Also, on top of that, being like legal, and I'm talking about filming. I don't honestly think it really matters whether she's 19 or 17, because I think Henry's 17 in real life and Lydia's 19 in real life. But I'm pretty sure that's what it is. They don't film any rape. There's no rape scene. I think people get the wrong idea that you don't even see it. You know what I mean? Not when it comes to Lydia, not at all. She just mentions it in a weird way, and Carl is like, "Yo, that's rape." You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't think it has anything to do with her being younger. I think they just bitched out because they didn't want. And I'll be real with you. Our society, especially on Twitter, and I think Twitter, Facebook, like social media, you just get the most congested group of shitheads that just feel like their opinion is worth $1 million when it's really not. We just get a ton of. It's not just like I'm with you. Like, we all share our opinions. That's fine. But the people I'm talking about are the people who are like 50 tweets about it, starting petitions, starting this, doing that. Like, those are people who, if you're someone who has that much time, you probably have nothing else going on in your life, so why should we listen to you? Sorry, but it's just the way. Like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. It's that simple. Just leave us alone so we can watch it. When people stop watching it, that's when they know, whoopsie, we shouldn't have done that. Let's course correct. Kyle Nelson with a $20 dono. A little random, but if they ended the Rick movies with Rick at any point after The Whispers, just walking up to the gates of Alexandria after going through hell, bro, they'll have to drag me out of that theater. A little random, but if they ended the Rick movies with Rick at some point after The Whispers, just walking ended the movies. I don't think I get what you mean. Do you mean that you'll sit there furious you didn't get a real ending, or what? I think I know what you mean, though. Ronnie, you missed it. Beta pulled out his knife, finger hole, and everything. Oh, then I missed it. That just doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I had to have missed it. Why does Beta and Daryl have the same knives? Because Daryl clearly, they even made a point in the beginning of the season to go through Daryl's knives and with the finger holes. I mean, I even took the one image and scaled it to the ones in the comic. It's comic accurate like a motherfucker. It even has that little tip at the end. I'm going to have to go back and look. I don't know. I could have sworn I remember Beta whipping it out, but I don't remember him spinning it on his finger or with the finger hole. Do you think Negan being reintroduced after saving Daryl from Beta would be more impactful than just showing up at Alexandria? No. No, I don't think so. Hey, Runner, you're going to have a compendium for Doomsday Kingdom at some point? If we ever make it. That's a long way to look forward to, but if we ever make it, yeah, it'd be about 45-issue collection. We already know the numbers, but volumes are 5 issues, and then you would have, I guess, what would it be? How does it go? I think volumes are 6 issues for The Walking Dead. Our volumes are 5 issues. And then I think 2 volumes together make a hardcover book. So 2 volumes would be 12, and then ours would be 10. Yeah, so we'd be about 45. No, I did that wrong. I don't know. I don't know what it would add up to. I would say 45 is a good bet, I mean, I'm sure we could do just 50, because if we're doing 5 a volume, I don't know. That would be a pretty big compendium. You know what? It doesn't matter, because I think it takes years to get a compendium's worth anyway, so we don't have to worry about that anytime soon. All right. It's pronounced Sohabi. Sohabi Siddiq. I actually sent you a super chat about that a while back. Laugh out loud, still love you, though. Oh, I'm not surprised I jumbled it up then. It was a huge knife. He holds it up, and then the guy's throat in the caption scene. You know what? That's right. I remember that. Excuse me. I remember that, the putting the knife to the guy's throat. I just don't remember the finger. I'm going to go back and look it up. Now I'm all types of confused. I thought that was just like some sort of machete, because if you look at my thumbnail, I was thinking about the knife he used to skin the one zombie. You know what I mean? What is going to be the place of the Saviors coming to finish off Alexandria after the war? We just don't need that. They can have that with this Highwaymen, probably, if there's another group out there that wants tribute. But we don't need the Saviors anymore. Maybe just do the Highwaymen. It was a huge knife. He holds it up to the guy's throat. Sipping on some haterade, huh? Can we have a CGI Lori because we never saw the body? Yeah, right. Yeah, no, I know what it is now. The knife scene I'm mixing the two up. You guys are talking when he puts the knife to the guy's throat. I'm thinking of when he skins the walker. You know what I mean? So it was just, I know that big knife now. And if there's a finger hole, I did miss that, though. I didn't get that at all. Hey, Ronnie, what did you think about Michonne and Judith's conversation? I thought it was all right. I honestly thought we were getting a little more in it when it kicked off, but it didn't have as much, but it also wasn't downright pointless. The actor who plays Gabriel said that there are a lot of surprising deaths coming on The Talking Dead. Sounded like he slipped up. Yeah, I don't think they're going to go with the rape angle either. The Walking Dead include a woman being beheaded. So here's another thing. Now what are they going to do with Negan? Because his whole thing was, his shtick was, he's the bad guy, but one thing is he does not tolerate rape. And again, I mentioned it before, that was one of the angles where we knew Negan was going to meet up with these Whisperers, and we knew that would happen. He would eventually see that. And it was like a ticking time bomb. So now I'm sitting here thinking, there's nothing except for Negan wanting to prove himself to Michonne. That's it. That's the only thing that we know of now. The Walking Dead include a woman being beheaded and another man to leave her unborn baby, but The Walking Dead still ignored the most obvious rape in all of the comic storylines, minus the Shane Laurie scene. Yeah, it would seem that this is probably not a coincidence. They cut out the governor rape in Michonne, which was a comic storyline. They cut out the rape involved with whatchamacallit. I'm not even counting Shane and Laurie. In real life, yes, his continuation, if it was not stopped or if she would yada yada yada, yeah, that's definitely heading towards rape. However, the way it's filmed, the way it's done up, it's not the same as the Whispers. It doesn't give off that same vibe as the Whispers and what the Governor did. Full blown. I can't believe they showed that, HBO had a scene, I remember, where the fan base went nuts over this rape scene. Was, oh my God, disgusting. HBO, how dare you, the most vile thing. And it was just like, and I was waiting for it. I was like, oh my God, what is this? Like, what am I about to watch right now? And I was running late on the season, and I remember I got to this one scene where this son is dead of the brother and sister, their son is dead, and they're by the casket, and then he just gets to urge to bone his sister, you know what I mean? And then she's all like, no, but he takes her anyway, and she's kind of like, no, yes, no. And I was like, halfway through, I'm thinking, hey, these are fucked up people. And then I thought, wait, this is what the internet went ape shit about? Oh my God, you people. I don't know how people's brains work like that. I think, man, those characters are touched. Other people are like, HBO, how could you? I personally think it's because they like Jamie so much and it makes him look like a little scummy. So they were like, HBO's wrong for making one of the bad guys look, because that's one reason why I like the Game of Thrones characters. It's hard to go, Jamie's a good guy. You know what I mean? He has redemption moments. He has these moments that he's a disgusting, vile piece of shit. But then he has these other moments where he does something good and you're like, yo, yeah, Jamie's here. Jamie's going to da-da-da. I like those characters, the more interesting characters, but some people don't. They want their good guys to be only good guys, I guess. I think the world of The Walking Dead works better when our characters are new to the virus, new world. I think that's why season 1 of The Walking Dead was a classic. I personally disagree. I think that's only a small aspect. I do think there's a big difference between post-apocalyptic and outbreak. Well, I always call it the outbreak downfall or outbreak breakdown. There we go. Outbreak breakdown. That part of the story is really fun to experiment and do different things, but for me, I enjoy them for different reasons. We got some super chats come in. So, Kyle Nelson with a $5 dono. I know you know exactly what I mean in the end of the Rick movies. I'm just having Andrew Lincoln withdrawals in the show. Laugh out loud. Sohab. Oh, I could keep putting I don't know why. I put a Y at the end of your name. It's so hot. Thank you very much for the $2 dono. Love you and your channel. Never stop. I don't plan to. Thank you very much for the support. It helps to keep us from not stopping. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Norman from Bates Motel was raped and it was pretty graphic. That show appeared on ABC and no one seemed to give a fuck. It was good for storytelling. Well, some people pick and choose, I guess. That's really weird. What do you think will happen to Alpha by the end of the Whisperer story? She's going to die. Do you think it would be close to the comic? I'm having trouble. If it is, I'm hoping it comes later because I feel like it was too soon and it was the beginning of what started it to really fall apart. Just saying, if they are trying to be respectful to rape victims, viewers, then they should include, especially if they don't even show it, just mention it. Well, that's another thing is, listen, I'm an asshole when it comes to entertainment. I don't look at entertainment and go, oh, let's be mindful of people who got shot at or got robbed, because where do you draw the line? You know what I mean? You could show somebody get beaten up, but that's fine. You know, even though some people are beat or bullied, all that's fine. But then we play special cards for rape victims in TV. I'm a dick. Show it all. If you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. If it's too much for you, which I do think some of that shit's hard to watch, especially if you're not if you weren't raped in real life. That's hard to watch. You know what I'm saying? But the one thing I never get in the way of is any type of show, movie, creative thing. Never get in the way in how it's brought out. You should just, no restrictions, tell the story you want to tell, no matter how effed up it is or twisted it is. You put it out there and just leave it for the people to either, take in or not want to do anything with. So, but like I said, I will openly admit, I'm very cold when it comes to people's feelings of, like, what happens in your real life should have nothing to do with what's going on in a movie or TV show. And I'm well aware that those are triggers for us. We all have little triggers that we can sympathize and have empathy. I get it. You know what I mean? But I'm very cold when it comes to that. Put it in the movies. If you don't like it, don't want to watch it, then don't. After what happened in the episode, do you think Alpha's death will be remixed differently? Yeah, I think it'll be. Well, no, here's the thing. I think what happened is maybe a hint or their way of saying not in the TV show. She's not dying like that in the TV show. Because for those who don't know, and I won't go into how it happens or whatever, but you guys already know we are past Alpha in the comic. Well, there was a similarity to how she went out in the comic that was in tonight's episode. And it was almost as if they were saying, nope, not in our show, or a foreshadowing, Rebecca, AMC and HBO showed the rape. AMC in The Walking Dead in the comic, it's just mentioned. And it's not even mentioned graphically. It's just mentioned like, well, yeah, guys, if they want to, enjoy themselves, they get it in. And if a girl is strong enough, she fights them off. And if she's not, well, that's it. You know what I mean? That's how it's described. Again, it's not graphic. It's not da-da-da. It's just verbalized in that way. And then Carl's like, that's rape. That should not be happening. And then they quickly, I don't want to talk about it, and they move on to a different topic. HBO actually had the scene, which it wasn't even graphic either. They were both fully clothed. I think he even had armor on. And this is the thing that tripped me up. They're both fucked individuals. You know what I mean? Like, they're both twisted. I don't give a shit if Cersei gets raped. I don't give a shit if she gets raped by 10 guys at once. She's a villain. She pushed a child out of a window. I no longer care. That's why I don't know why it was a big deal. She's fair game. tear it up, Jamie. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. Anyway, did you see the naked, busty woman walkers that got killed? Did you see the naked, busty woman walkers? No, I must have missed that. Ronnie, he seems to be recovering, my words, from something, and all of his followers have to try to get hold of Rayon for months. He finally just popped up tonight in another group. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, like I said, I heard he was out there. He made contact, but I'll be honest, if homeboy is not in the mood to do videos, I'm not gonna be the last one to go hounding him or prying, because if I backed away for some reason and it was personal, like, it is what it is. I'll be back when I come back, so I'm not gonna go. As long as he's doing good. If he wants to holler at me and needs someone to talk to, then he knows he got my number. Hit me up. What do you think about the highwaymen controlling the roads around the kingdom and demanding a toll for using the road during the fair? That's an interesting concept. When it was mentioned in the trailer, I'm actually really curious to find out more of why that was put in storytelling-wise. It's weirder to make a choice to find excuses to not include it, like AMC is doing now. Yes, they should just do it, not overcompensate. Ignore it was an interesting part. I think I flubbed reading that. What do you think would have happened if Rick wasn't able to bite out Joe's throat back in season 4? They probably would have died. I just rewatched part of with Beta's knife. They show it pretty quickly, and I didn't see any finger hole. Thank you very much, Amber. I'm single-handedly, immediately convinced there is no finger hole. Off of that. I'm telling you what, it just, even if you don't see it, it doesn't make any sense. Map fam, think about this. Daryl has his signature weapons. I don't care how big the knife is that Beta pulls out. There's no way. It just doesn't make any sense. Again, unless it's a troll, which I still don't know why you would do that, Daryl is going to lose his knives to Beta. It has to happen. It has to. They made him the same, even the end of him. Go look at his knives and then go look at Beta and the comics knives. I think I even did a video where we compared them. The end of the whatever it's called, it's even the same. I don't know what that is. The way they held the camera on Eugene's face a bit too long as he watched Gabe and Rosita and Siddiq together, I have a feeling that he's going to a Pike death. I didn't get that feeling at all. Not with Eugene. Me personally, it was a moment of him being happy for Rosita. He had strong feelings for Rosita. I think, if anything, it showcases that Rosita might definitely, because they had her do her smile. They had Eugene with yada, yada, yada. I still get a kick out of that. Again, I don't care, but it's just funny how they were like, a girl cheat in 2019? Are you fucking kidding me? Girls are like superheroes and shit. We don't do anything wrong. They're all happy with it. It's like, come on, writers. Come on. Not one person is a little bit. Siddiq doesn't have extra feelings left over. There's nothing they need to work out. Even if it's simply, I wanted to see where it would take us. Even if it's anything, like no conflict. Wow, Hollywood. What happened to conflict is king? Okay, whatever. What do you think would happen if... okay, whatever. I already read your question. The way they... Oh, I already did that. Do you think the savior from Season 6, Wade, will show up in Season 10? No, I don't. Remember what the community thought he was Negan? Yeah, I remember that. If I remember correctly, Simon... if I remember correctly... Damn, what is that story? There was a story where Wade was supposed to be Simon, but then, what's his name, did such a great job that he got the role, so they just kind of pushed Wade aside and we had Simon. Have you considered making a map subreddit? Yeah, we talked about it like 2 years ago. I just have so much going on. There's just not enough time in the day. This year, maybe in the summertime. Again, we have a set schedule for the first 6 months in 2019, and we're doing good. We're on track. There might be some time around, the end of that to start doing stuff like that. Who knows? I might be able to look that up quick, maybe get it kicking if there's interest. If you guys are interested in getting something jumping. I never use Reddit. I'll be honest with you. I did. I don't anymore. Unless it's checking some thoughts and opinions here and there. Do you think RJ is just real or hallucination? He's definitely real. 100%. Devin, if you missed it, it's confirmed he's real. They almost showed one of the claimers rape Carl, but I think people were less PC back then. Yeah, they definitely clearly showcased that, and he was going to get his little butt tore open, but I guess nowadays people are getting a little more and more sensitive. If the highwaymen control the roads, how do they not know about this until now? Do you think the highwaymen find settlements, or do this all the time? Well, I think if the sign was at the movie place, it's going to be something connected to that. It wasn't that they're always there. It's that they followed them from the movie theater to the community, and now they know they're there. And again, that's if it is what it is. I gotta look into it more and find out a little more about them. Maybe if there's more hints that I missed. Yeah, a lot of rape talk and finger holes. People are like, oh, Ronnie's live? Let me see what he's talking about. Oh my god, I'm out of here, bro. Who's your favorite new character from Season 9? I don't know yet. Connie. I haven't thought about it, so I'm just picking her. How long will the Whisperers last in Season 10? That's tough, bro. I don't know. I'm going to say the whole season for now. After what happened with Luke, I don't think Connie told her group she was going with Daryl. Why wouldn't they think she went missing? I agree with that. I don't think she said it, and that's a little... Unless she thinks they can make it back before anyone really freaks out and goes looking. Matter of fact, maybe that's why Tara and them walked off, because Connie's not there. And Daryl's not there. What is the extent of Kirkman's involvement on TV show right now? I don't think he's involved right now. He has a lawsuit with AMC, and even if you look at all the promotion stuff in past seasons and then now, it looks like him and David Alpert from Skybound aren't anywhere near as involved. They might go to the set, they might still talk to the actors and stuff, but just by a little bit of what we see, even with the interviews and stuff, we're seeing a lot of interviews of the executive producers, and I don't even think I've seen one interview or anything with Robert Kirkman for Season 9. And again, I could have missed one, but I don't think they're involved hardly at all. Isn't it crazy how it seems like just yesterday we were... Now, keep in mind, he's still in contact with Scott Gimple. Him and Scott Gimple are still friends. It's AMC he has a lawsuit with, so on the corporate side, I would imagine there's a little bit of friction, awkwardness. Who knows? Isn't it crazy how it just seems like yesterday we were wondering who would be cast as Negan, and now we're almost done with Season 9? Yeah, it's going by quick. Do you think that Beta can be a better right-hand man than Simon? Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. More loyal. Why do you think the show shied away from rape scenes so much? I just think they're being bitches. I think they just don't want to... They want to avoid the social media. That's it. Only 3 more weeks. Have a good night. Have a good night, Ronnie. Or Brian. Ronnie. Have a good night, Brian. If Andrea was still alive in the show... Would she become a love interest for Rick? I think possibly. That was originally set up. They talked about it already. So I think most likely she would have been the love interest. Imagine if Rick, Shane, and Lori had been able to be like Gabriel, Siddiq, and Rosita. Yeah, and we would lose a lot of interesting conflict. I like Connie, but it seems implausible at how long she has lasted in the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, it does. See, some of the problems though with and this is, yeah, it's going to sound cold, so I'll say it. Some of the well, fuck it. I don't mean it to sound cold. It's going to sound cold no matter how, especially when I try to do it off the top of my head. But some of the problems with some writing when you want to show representation. Like, we got a deaf person cast now, so we want to show that representation, but you still definitely have to show true to, and I think it would be a disservice to make it seem so easy. No, they have something that is a constant danger, a handicap that is a constant danger for them, that they can't hear. They can't hear walkers coming, enemies coming. They need to be visual all around them at all times. They need to be with people who can assist them, or they can even judge what's going on. If you're here with a group of friends and you see them startled to something behind you, you immediately know to react and things like this. I mean, I think it is great having a deaf character. I am all for it. I think it's cool because it adds a little more. It adds a little more tension. That character's deaf now. You got whispers sneaking up behind her, and we're watching it. Right there's immediate scene, especially if you like Connie. I'm all for that. What I'm against is them making her superhero deaf character, because they want representation. They didn't want to show, deaf people can do it too. Yes, deaf people have, in our history, done some incredibly amazing, oh my God. There's even a story, I forget what the details were, but this girl that was like blind and deaf, and there was this story that made me feel like I was nothing. I was like, that person did what? And I'm doing what with my life? Like, it's over. Bro, I suck at life, you know what I mean? So there are people that have certain, I'll just call it handicap, even though I hate that word, but handicaps that have done amazing things, but don't overcompensate just to show that kick-ass representation. I think it looks better if she's got to fight for it. So if you show a scene where Connie gets in trouble because of that, but she still overcomes it, maybe even getting wounded or whatever, I think that works really, really well. Imagine, but if she's with her sister and her sister is like right there like a hawk, and yeah, it's believable they made it this long. I like Connie, but it seems implausible. I think she could. It wouldn't be easy, and that's what I want them to highlight. It's not easy. The slingshot Rebecca, I'm still a little iffy on a slingshot. I've seen some in real life that are like, bam, holy shit. You can't shoot a person with that. You'll kill them. But I don't know. You'd have to be like a pro, man. Because even my buddy who was shooting it off, he was good with it, but it was still like, he's not accurate at all. And they were like little lead balls too, so I don't know what they're shooting. I hope it's not like rocks. Kyle Nelson. My bad. Dan Stan with a $5 dono. Can only send a bit of support this week because some random guy broke my windshield by throwing apples at it during work. Keep up the good work. Damn, that sucks. That does suck. I appreciate the support, absolutely. It reminded me of, I went to a church. It was a charity thing. We were dropping off stuff for a charity thing, and some kids were outside playing with rocks, and they broke my back window. I was furious. Rose S. with a $2 dono. Does Beta talk in the comics? Yes, they all talk. It's not like they're a weird in the head. They talk. They're fine with that. They don't have like what is the garbage group? Yeah, it's not like that at all. That's why I was weirded out or I didn't understand when everyone said Jadis is going to be Alpha. I was like, wait, why? Because of how she talks. And I'm like, they whisper. They don't talk funny. I don't get it. What happened with Tara and Rosita relationship? They were hinting, I thought. I don't think they were hinting at any Tara Rosita relationship at all. Rosita's not gay. You know what I mean? I don't even think they teased that at all, Brandon. I'll be honest. You're going to have to let me know which part made you think that. Do you think we need more standout whisperers for the show besides the big three? I'd be okay with one or two, especially in Season 10. Right now, Beta, Alpha, cool. Season 10, bring up 2 or 3 other whispers where we can get a good vibe for them, because that way, if you need to break away in different groups, we're following other saviors we can recognize and we know they're a threat instead of being randos, When, if Connie gets killed, Do you think it should be because of her being deaf? It just depends on how she gets killed off. Do you think? I think it would be more ironic if it wasn't. Out of all the things, that wasn't what got her killed. I think that would be more ironic, maybe more interesting in that way. Do you think we need more? I already did that one. The hospital group is confirmed to be villains in season 11. What? It's March 3rd, and Typical Juju has had 0 uploads this month so far. If you need ideas, play co-op in the new Toe Jam and Earl. Yeah, we stopped. Typical Juju was a no. We were going to go ahead with it, and then we stopped that, put it on hold until the end of March, beginning of April. I made a whole new set of plans for 2019. If you missed any of those updates, I don't blame you. We'll have 5,000 people asking about updates on the channel. When we do an update video, 1,000 people watch. So it's kind of like, I get it, bro. There's channels I love, and when they post an update video, I'm like, I don't care, because I'm watching your channel anyway, so I'm thinking I'm not missing anything. And then there's something will come up, and one time recently I checked out this channel's update video, and I was like, oh my god, that explains a lot, because I just thought, I watch your videos anyway. What do I need to know your schedule for? And then it was like, oh, yeah, I missed the update video. But yeah, Typical Juju, just wait a little bit. We have everything's going to plan right now. What was January was consistent uploads. February was consistent content. March is specific content. And then April is the branching out, starting up the scheduling and stuff. And what I mean by branching out is maintaining the Ronnie Hayes, the Typical Juju, the Megapath Presents. Further on after that, May, June, July, that'll get into the map website, and then we'll hopefully, don't quote me on this because anything can go wrong. That's when we'll maybe even bring some map members in to contribute news articles, video game reviews, news even. It's a slow, painful progress. We were even thinking about crowdfunding to get everything done, to get it set up even quicker. That I'll be honest with you, that I'm not sure, because the amount of money we would need, I just feel like I'd get laughed at. So I was like, I'm not in the mood for that right now. Let's wait until later on down the line. But speaking of which though, because we had, I got with somebody that I know, a friend of a friend, and he's works in a business side of things, doing accounting and stuff, and we were running some numbers and looking at what we would need for investment or to branch out and to actually build up, to make this a company and actually bring on people and yada, yada, yada. And then I found out this story of some girl. Yeah, I'm going to talk about this. Some girl, and I just heard this yesterday, on Twitch, dances to some Dance Dance Revolution. It's a video game. She doesn't even have the game. Doesn't put it in the game system. I still can't believe this is a real thing. Watches the other people put video game footage up of the video game that she dances to, and then she made like $100,000 the other day, in one day. And I'm here talking to this guy, and we're like grinding what we would need to do the business. And this bitch is just dancing to someone else's video games, and she gets it like that. And I'm thinking, stay away from the Twitch. It'll turn me into the biggest, saltiest asshole you guys will ever know. I'm never going near Twitch ever again in my life. Fuck that place. Kyle Nelson, $20 dono. I think Negan getting out, then coming back adds way more for his story than just sitting in his cell like in the comics. Do you think Judith will let him out to handle the new threat like he gets let out in the comics? Yeah, I actually just said that early on in the live stream. I said I think Judith is going to be the one, or no, I just mentioned maybe Judith is the one that lets him out again. And I agree with you. I think having him in the cell just doesn't work. I don't know if they're going to bring him out anytime soon, though. Things are rapidly moving along. Daryl's fighting Alpha next episode. Negan can't get out and then catch up with them that quick. So Negan's not going to be in the first fight, which is kind of a bummer. But that might open the door for Negan to show up and get involved in a different scenario, which I'm all for. But I just don't know if that's going to be this season or season 10. Because keep in mind, they like to flesh that out. So, all right, let's skip down to some fresh comments. Tara growing on you? No. A little better this season than past seasons. I'm not sure why. I just get a different vibe. Ooh, if Henry gets killed... if Ezekiel gets killed... Henry's not going to die. Not right now. If Ezekiel gets killed, will Carol be the one to kill Alpha? I'm not sure. It'll definitely drive her to be involved in that. Absolutely. But right now, it is up in the air. I do think they would possibly bring Carol woman versus woman, especially in this climate in the entertainment industry. I think that's more likely. If you were like Ronnie, bet Negan or Carol, I'll be like Carol. You know what I mean? Just because it feels like what they would do. A women versus women thing. Do you like Aaron's arm? Would you prefer a bladed arm? No, they already did that with Merle. Interchangeable would be cool. And Merle's look ridiculous. I liked it, but you can tell he just slid it over his arm. Shield, mace, fist. I love it, Ronnie. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, Slow Walker. I wouldn't mind if we saw a little bit of a peekaroo at a claw arm, and then it just wasn't for him, and then he put back the arm, the metal hand. It just kind of looks like Chubbs, to be honest, but I get it. They can't CGI it, so I ain't mad. Do you think Beta will take Daryl's knives after their fight? Yes, I do. Do you think Beta is brown-nosing? Absolutely. But he wants to tap that, so go for it, Beta. Beta wants to be the alpha, but not in that way, in the other way. Tyson with a $2 dono. Thanks for the good work, dude. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. I really appreciate that, and it couldn't come at a better time, to be honest. Would you like to see the Whispers to finish in Season 10 or 11A? Season 10, the end of Season 10, I'm fine with that. Do you think Alpha will still have that moment? Wait. The chat's running away. Moment where she shows Rick all the walkers. Absolutely. She has a weapon, and so do you. No, it'll be Rick's, not her anymore. Instead of Rick, the moment where she shows them the super herd should be the end of this season. Maybe 14 or 15. And I think instead of Rick, let's get Aaron. And maybe Michonne and... Who else can... Michonne, Daryl, Aaron. Because there's more than them there. But who's going to see it? Michonne. She's the leader of security. I think it would be important for her character to see that and know what they're really facing. Why do all Whispers have shoulder-length hair masks? To hide the stitching in the back. Or to blend it the best they can. Do you want Beta to have a different death on the show? Abso-fucking-lutely. I miss your in-depth videos. Miss no further. Their 905 is coming back this month. But keep in mind, it's not... I want to make this abundantly clear. The deeper intos will not be, here's an episode, here's a deeper into the next couple days. We already have... what is it? What is that other channel? New Rock Stars. They already started doing like a what did you miss type. They didn't do it, and then now they're getting paid to do it, so they're doing it. Cocksuckers. That's like what I was talking about before, where you got people like a channel like New Rock Stars. I don't know. And this is coming from a fan, not from, because Ronnie Hayes, the YouTuber, would not say this, but Ronnie Hayes, the person who watches YouTube, the moment I saw that, I was like, oh shit, there's an in-depth New rock stars, hey, we stopped doing the videos because they don't make enough money to do them, but now someone's paying us to do them, so we're doing them. I would immediately never watch them again, just because I'm a dick that way, and I want to support YouTubers who are passionate about doing something, not people who come out and say like, oh, da da da. Now again, it's very different. If it was worded different, like in my situation with doing certain things, I would love to do this video. But if no one watches it and there's no support and it's not getting anything, I physically can't do it. You know, it's more worded with those corporate things. And it could just be a wording thing. I mean, sometimes I've worded shit real stupid. So it could have just been a wording thing. But they are making them. So go watch them if you want it after every episode. The Deeper Into's that I want to do is a little more than that. And you'll get a better idea the more we put out. Because we're going back and pulling from clips from Comic-Con. There's clips from old interviews. There's clips from Kirkman talking about stuff you know what I mean? So it's a whole combination of everything you would want to know. And with the more and more we do, we're adding more and more to them. So like I already have updates that I want to do for Deeper Into 902, 903, 904. And that's because I did them too quick. I did them quicker because I wanted, here's an episode, here's the Deeper Into. Here's an episode, here's the Deeper Into. And I shouldn't do it that way because it's not enough time to get everything you needed done. Who's the lady behind the camera in your Walking Dead 401 reaction video? Oh my God, I have no idea. Lady behind the camera. I'll have to go back and... Behind the camera. Wasn't I recording myself? There was no one behind the camera. We used to watch The Walking Dead with family in the room. If you heard one of my family members or a friend or something, we'd have people there. Yeah, oh, you know what? Back then we used to have dinner with family every Sunday. And there was a few times where we'd have like an aunt or my grandmother, my mother, my brother, niece, nephew. So some people would be lingering around. It might be a video where one of my family members talked in the background, but I didn't have a cameraman. There was or a camera woman, cameraman. So if you heard somebody, it was family. Most likely. I got to go back and look to see specifically. Do you want a beta to have? Oh, yeah, I do. Did Kirkman ripped off Doomsday Kingdom in that border shit? Secretly? It's possible. It's possible. I mean, I don't blame him. That was a badass fucking idea. And he did do it differently, though. He actually created a border, Mayan, in all fairness. It was the edge of the woods, and there was just two heads, you know. It wasn't an actual border of heads. I used the edge of the woods as the border, and then two heads to mark the entrance so you don't fucking go in there. Anyway, I'm Caleb, a finalist in the fan contest this year. Did you like the fan videos this year? Oh, I didn't watch any, to be honest. I didn't watch any. Yeah, my bad. There was no finger holes. Yeah, The Walking Geek. Congrats for being a finalist. I think that's friggin' awesome, man. Absolutely. But no offense, I didn't watch any of the vids. Spin. I disagree. It's not the climate we are living in. Carol versus Alpha would make a great matchup based on their storylines. You always say whatever makes a great story. It would. I talked about that before. The mother aspect, the protective aspect, but also the difference between loving, compassionate, caring. It's like essentially good versus evil with the two. We also have how's the best way to word this? Yes, I agree. That absolutely can work. But what I'm trying to say is I can see people thinking about writing it this way. Like woman versus one. We got these two strong women going head to head. And the reason I'm saying that is because, and keep in mind, I'm not saying that's the only way they write it, but I can definitely see it because they already did that. In the beginning of season 9, that's what we heard. And I don't think it was a bad article. We've had strong females in The Walking Dead always. Big whoop, but they made it a point. We got these leaders, they're coming together, sometimes they're butting heads. And for some odd reason, it took till season 9 to make that a big deal to talk about, which doesn't make any sense. And I think that's what really tripped some anti-SJW people off, because they started going, The Walking Dead is SJW, which, again, it doesn't make any sense, because it's the same thing we got before. They're just mentioned it in an article now in a way that made it seem like it was all girl power, but it's not like that at all. Unless you're James Woods, then that's exactly what it is. What could Tara do to get you to stand by her? She's leading, doing a good job. Personally, I like her. Just more of what did I compliment in whatever episode that was? That, more of that. That's fine. That's it. It might be Rick's episode on season 10. Wait, what? It might be Rick's episode on season 10. Since Sanctuary fell and Dwight is gone, how do you think the show will fill that void? Well, two things. I don't think they need to fill that void, but number one, the highwaymen, the new people we heard about. Boom, easy. I think that's probably what they're there for. What do you think about Tara Rosita spinoff? They said something about on Talking Dead tonight. Nah, I'm good with that. I don't think... Nah, that can't be a real thing. I'm good on that. That's what I think about that. Only Alyssa... Did I get that right? Where'd you go? Damn it. Only Alyssa W. with $5 dono for the support. Thank you very much for that support. I appreciate that. Let me just double check. I feel like a shit if anyone did... Alright, it doesn't look like... No, it looks like we did get one. Chris Taus, direct to PayPal dono. Thank you very much for that support, brother. I appreciate that. It's like 3 days in a row. Absolutely appreciate that. If you guys are into the live streams while I am finishing the editing on Deeper Into 905, we're going to have a few live streams throughout this week. You guys can check in. We're going to be playing Metro on this channel, and I think we're doing a little bit of Fortnite on the other channel. Wait, maybe we're not. I think we got a couple challenges we're doing on that one, so just let you know. You can find all the links down below as well. Do you have any opinions on what they should do with the spin-offs? Yeah, I uploaded a video about 8 options of my thoughts and ideas of whether they could do them or not. It would be cool to see Rick's brother finally, and maybe... See, that one I disagree with, though. I think we mentioned it briefly, but Rick's brother would be... Let me finish what you said. And maybe see Rick in the movies, and that's why he doesn't come back. When people say Rick's brother, they also say continuous story, but the Rick's brother from the comic is not the same as the Rick's brother on the show. Plus, he died in the comic, Rick's brother, so technically in the comic, Rick's brother is dead. But on the show, it would be, completely, it would be completely new and made up. I personally, I don't want anything to do with Rick's brother. As for the spinoff, if you want to watch that vid, it has a bunch of ideas, but Michonne is one that I think has the most value at this time to fill out the world. I will take anything, though, that's good. Tom himself, just because he's watched me play Fortnite and enjoy it since Season 2, and you've been asking for more than a year now. I play it because I like it. Simple as that. Listen, I could have abandoned this channel altogether and only uploaded Fortnite, and I would be making good money right now and only need to play Fortnite. There's shout out to your boy Psycho or something like that. He was just like doing Walking Dead videos just like me. He dropped The Walking Dead, went right to Fortnite. He's at 300,000 or 360,000 subs and rising. All you got to do is frequently post Fortnite. If I was in it just for the money, bro, I would only do Fortnite. Yeah, Fortnite's popular, but I only play it like the time you watch me play Fortnite. I genuinely enjoy it, and I only, right now, the only free time I got is when you see me sit down to play that, it was like once last week, And then even before that, it was weeks since I sat down. I think I didn't play it for 2.5 weeks straight. I just didn't have time. But yeah, you can stop asking now. I genuinely enjoy it. Is it cartoony? Would I like something more realistic? Yeah, abso-friggin-lutely. I prefer things a little more less cartoony, a lot more realistic. We even make fun of how cartoony it is. But it just has the best play style. It's smooth, it's quick, it's accurate, it's not clunky. You know, if you took a zombie game with the mechanics of Fortnite, it would be fun as fuck. Oh my god. Even Dying Light with the parkour, it's clunky as shit. And I think that has something to do with the engines on first-person shooters. It's just clunky. But if you had whatever engine they're using, take a third-person shooter, that just like in Fortnite, but up the graphics a little. Don't make it too detailed so it doesn't slog along. Bro, that would be fun as hell because you can get your shoot on with the zombies, but then also jump up, board yourself, go down a hallway or whatever. I think that'd be fun as shit. But that's a big part of why it's enjoyable because of the movement and the mechanics are so responsive and quick. It's like chess, you know? Is Maggie coming back in season 10? At this time, it's unknown. I stopped watching New Rockstars after they started predicting spoilers. I only watched that once, so I missed it, but that's a damn shame. I don't think anyone should do that. If you're new or not new, or if you're coming up, don't ever use spoilers for predictions. People will know almost instantly. I peep it mainly because I look at what doesn't connect. And if someone predicts something like, for example, the Highwaymen, somebody made a prediction about that like 2 months ago. There's nothing at all that leads you to believe Highwaymen. It doesn't make any sense in a prediction standpoint. When I predicted Alpha being challenged, that was well in advance, but I had, luckily, the comic, which it didn't happen like that in the comic. It didn't happen at all. It was mentioned, but no one challenged her. The only reason I mentioned it is because from a writing standpoint, we need to see how this tribe operates. You know, so you can connect the dots. So just a word of advice. If you guys got a channel out there, don't use spoilers. People will know. Any new info on the snow in the finale? I hope it's not being lied to. No, there's snow. There's snow. We just don't know how big and epic it's going to look yet. Why is Rosita's love triangle so important? Seem kind of bland because one of them is going to die. Love the channel. Shout out. Okay, baby. Thank you very much, Aaron Bennett. One of them is going to die. That's why it's being highlighted right now. Who would you bet on that would die? I did a whole video of everyone I think's going to die, and I think I'm pretty much still in agreement with most of that video. Do you think they will keep Beta around for a while? For season 9 and some of season 10 or most of season 10 or all? Yeah. Are you excited for Daryl versus Beta? Oh, fuck yes. Hell yes. Take that hat and put neck deep on it and I'll buy it, and a regular one too. Oh, we got some neck deep stuff coming up, but keep in mind we had a whole 2019 plan. This neck deep thing came out of nowhere, so you're gonna give me a little bit, but we got some neck deep shit coming. I'm looking for it's got to be the right image with not too much detail, but I'm looking for something funny that we can put out there with a neck deep where it'll look like something if you don't know what the joke is, but if you know what the joke is, it looks like something totally different. You know what I mean? Anyway, what are you most looking forward to for the remainder of the season? Oh, the Pike, the border scene all day, every day. Hell yeah. I know its release is a bit away, but will you be live streaming Days Gone when it comes out? Yes, that's on the schedule to stream on this channel. Who's more creepy, Alpha or Beta? I'm going with Beta. Who the fuck are the Highwaymen? Good question. We don't know yet. They were mentioned in the trailer quickly, but I want a shirt. Yeah, we will have a shirt. Eugene is the manliest of Rosita's suitors. You think so? Ronnie, do you think Beta's going to go neck deep on Daryl? It's possible. And it will be brutal. Do you think Alpha took a cheap shot killing that guy when he challenged her? She killed him when he wasn't on his game. At least Negan fought for his leadership. Two things. One, if you challenge, I don't know how it's set up, but he should have just attacked. It is what it is. Two, I still think it's kind of weak. Like, it's gangster that she took them out. but I still wanted something, like have the girl lunge, and then would it be so bad to do something like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, have the girl do something, even make a move like she's gonna go, and then Alpha just punches her in the throat, and she's like, ah, and then she just goes around her with the wire. Something, I don't know. Do you own a Google Home or Amazon Echo? No, I do not. What is that? Do you know the name of the Savior, not Alden, who is now in the Hilltops inner circle of leadership? Do you think it would be cool if he became a larger presence? Are you talking about DJ, the guy with the longish hair with the beard? I think his name is DJ. I thought he was with Alexandria, though. Damn, I don't know any other. I think we got enough characters right now to not get too much of more. A little bit's fine, but not too much. Predictions for how they're going to defeat the Whisperers? Oh, we're not doing that right now. That's a whole video probably coming over the break because it's not going to be in season 9, that's for sure. Let's see if anyone else voted for this poll. I doubt it. It was 159. Oh my god, yo. For anyone interested in the Wolf Predator, that is going to be here this week. I can't freaking wait. I cannot freaking wait. Yeah, 159. We're done with that. And that's about it. One last thing I want to bring up to end this. I should have mentioned it before. I really was going to bring it up before. But to end out this live stream, I was only going to cut it after the first hour, but we were getting a lot of support. We had a lot of super chats coming in, and let me tell you what, that absolutely helps to keep this running. I really, really do appreciate that. You guys let me know how the poll's working. Do you like that? You guys let me know about this next part. I was going to mention a couple articles. I'm actually going to shut off the webcam. This is interesting. I'll leave the link down below, but it's called... No, actually, here. The link's in the chat if anyone wants to read it now that the stream is just about done. But this is a conversation with Ryan Hurst about... Okay, I thought the title said it all, but right here, Ryan Hurst joined The Walking Dead to play Beta. A longtime fan of the show, Hurst told Insider he asked his manager about a year ago to cold call the producers to tell them he wanted to be on the show. A few months later, producers called back and said they had a role for him. Now, if you read the article, in the beginning, they go ahead and talk about he was just one night he was dreaming or woke up from a dream, and he just knew he needed to be on The Walking Dead. He watched it. He didn't read the comic, and his agent called. His agent said, this isn't really how it's done. You got to come in and audition. But he said, I don't care. Call them anyway. I got this, premonition. I need to be on the show. So his agent went ahead and called. And they told him, no, there's no room for Ryan Hurst right yet, but we'll let you know. And then a few months later, they said, we got this role as Beta. And then what's neat is Ryan Hurst is best friends with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. So Jeffrey Dean Morgan was talking to Greg Nicotero. Greg Nicotero told him that they're going to offer the role to Ryan. And then he started texting Ryan, and then Greg Nicotero said, no, what are you doing? It's not official yet. So then Ryan was like, oh, what's the good news? And Jeffrey Dean Morgan had to tell him, oh, nothing, I'll talk to you another time. So then 2 weeks later, he found out that he was going to be on the show, and he was going to be Beta. So then he started looking into who Beta was. Right here he says, I wasn't familiar with Beta while they were saying that. And he's talking about fans coming up to him at Comic-Con and saying, you need to be Beta on The Walking Dead. Hurst said of fans who would come up to him at the cons, it wasn't until I got the role that I went and explored the comic a bit more and learned about who Beta was. But fans have been telling me that I should have played Beta for a long time. So, yeah, here's a whole article that covers a bunch of different things, to be honest. The girl had a list. It's Kirsten, I follow her on Twitter. She had a whole list of cool things that she talked to Ryan Hurst about. I'm going to be going through it, and if there's some interesting stuff for an additional follow-up video, I'll definitely be putting that in the video. But I put the link in the video description. I put the link in the comments, so if you want to go check out that article, go ahead and click on that. However, if this video is up already, I'm going to put the link in the video description once it's done processing. So it's going to take a few hours till it processes, but I'll try to squeeze it in there, or one of the comments, I'll pin it in the comment box. But read that article because it is pretty cool. Let's get a couple questions to finish this out. Crazy Diamond. Do we know the name of the savior? Oh, I already read that one. Does the camo the Whisperers are using seem less than previous camo? A mask and a stubble walk looks to be it. No, I think it's fine. I think there's a few different ways that they move. If there's humans nearby, they put a little more into it. When they're walking with the zombies and they start veering off, like when they showed the group when they were not right next to zombies, they were a little more relaxed. And then when they showed the group when they were further away from the zombies, they were a lot more relaxed. Beta was walking like with a strut. So you have to look at where they are in relation to the walkers. If they're not by walkers, then no, they're not going to do it. If they're not by people, other survivors, then no, they're not going to put on that extra swagger, that zombie swagger, you know? Are there any badasses in Doomsday Kingdom, like Beta size-wise, coming up? That's tricky. We have a tough son of a bitch. You guys already saw him, Lazaro. He's in issue 2. He takes a break, but then he comes back into the thing. He's a beast, you know. He doesn't look, you know, but he's a fighter. He's a brawler. So he has some moments, but we don't have, not right now, any 7-foot giants, you know. And we don't have any for, I tell you what, Ryan Hurst is in Doomsday Kingdom. Shit you not. I fucking shit you not. When I was watching Sons of Anarchy and I was working on my script, I not only wrote a character that the whole time from conception to present day, when I write this character, I think of Ryan Hurst as the character, and it's because of my love of Opie. And if you have issue 2, and you, oh shit, look at this. If you have issue 2 and you open it up to page 1, here is the character that has always been Ryan Hurst in my eyes, the cowboy. He's the Doomsday Kingdom cowboy. That, even when we see him in the comic, he's going to be a big guy. I didn't think of him as like a beast, you know, like Beta as a beast, but if you want someone who's tall, yeah, that cowboy, he will always remain modeled after Ryan Hurst, and that comes from my love from Opie. Just the look and everything with the beard, and except for with a cowboy hat. You know, cowboy hat, 6-shooter. He's got the whole thing going on. He's a cowboy through and through. But no Beta anything yet. And probably not for a while, because I've got a good chunk down. Speaking of which, oh my god, I was supposed to type up something for the artist. Shit. All right, we gotta shut this down because I forgot. I was supposed to type that up. I left and was visiting family, and I didn't get back till later, and I didn't even do something I was supposed to do. But when do you think Alpha will use her shotgun? That's a really good question. I don't remember her ever using her shotgun. I really hope there's a scene where she does. Really hope so. When do you think Alpha will use her shotgun? Old videos gotten listed to watch. No, and I haven't gotten around to it. What? I've been watching Megabath Presents old videos, gotten listed to watch, and I haven't gotten around to it. Oh, I got you. You put watch it later. I got you. I appreciate that support, though. Do you think Beta will split his mask like in the comics? Huh. I think it's possible. I think that's possible, yeah. Do you think the border will be at the end of episode 15 and 16 will be the aftermath? Yes, for right now that's what it sounds like. Which character would you like to see Alpha use the wire to slice off their head with? Ooh, you know what? Yo, you know what? You just reminded me of something very important that was obvious. When that happened, the first thing I thought of was Alpha's death. I shit you not. And the biggest thing is that was almost definitely put in there to set up how she cuts everyone's heads off for the Pike scene. And the whole time I thought of her death, and not the Pike scene. So which character would you like to see Alpha? Which character would I like to see that done to? Ooh. Rosita. She did it to a girl, and it's definitely showcasing how quickly she can get it done. I want to see Rosita get her head taken off for sure. Why did Michonne and Father G have such attitude this episode? I think they're frustrated with how everything's been set up, and it's chipping away at that frustration. Jordan asked about the red machete, saying it doesn't appear that Alpha has it. Well, yeah, she might not have the red machete. However, the spinoff could be about whoever has the red machete. How funny would that be? Imagine what fans would say if we're like, it's Michonne, it's this person, it's this person, it's this person. Fucking imagine if it was only a spinoff because it follows the person who found Rick's red machete. I shit you not, I would die laughing. Because it's not a character that's connected. It's not a relative character. It's not Rick's brother. It's not, the future kids of The Walking Dead. It's Rick's red machete. I'm sorry, but that would be hilarious. That would actually explain why they had a whole series called The Red Machete. They did the origin. Think about it. You know what I mean? That'd be hilarious, yo. Oh my God, a spin-off of a machete. Imagine the headlines. Glenn would react like most of them. He'd be like, that's some sick shit. Are you getting pissed by how weak they're making the Whisperers look? There's already been like 10 Whisperers. They seem like they can't fight. Nah, because in the comic, they were the same way. It was identical. In the comic, they had a certain time where it was the numbers and the unknown factor is when they were at their deadliest. And it's the same on the show, except for once they were known, it was, now we need to rely on the numbers. Once they bring in the numbers, oh shit, bro, it's going to get real. From a screenwriting perspective, don't you think this episode was too much like Season 7, Episode 7, Carl going to Sanctuary? Yeah, there's no way, and again, from a screenwriting perspective, there's just no way to get around that. I mean, you got literally the same story, and they can't just skip it because it's already built so heavily into the story that's being told. The best thing for them to do is have it so different, you don't really notice it until you notice it, And then even then, trying to make it as different as possible where it doesn't feel like you're getting too repetitive. Because in The Walking Dead, we get a lot of the same stuff. Characters go to community. Something happens, they go to another community. We got that so much. Like, think about it. Our characters went to Wilshire Estates. I'm sorry, Herschel. No, it was Wilshire first. That didn't happen. And I'm talking about like specific location. That didn't happen. Then they made it to the farm. Then they made it to, and then something went wrong. They had to go to the prison. Something went wrong. They went back to the farm. Something went wrong. Then they went out to wherever. Like they're always, you got Alexandria, and then you got, from that point on, to stop that repetition, now is where they sit and settle. So you're always going to have certain repetition. It's just the stories around them you want to make so different it doesn't feel repetitive. What if Beta had a chainsaw? Too loud. That's way too loud. That wouldn't fit with what they need. They whisper. Imagine whispers so the dead don't hear us. And then behind Alpha, Beta's like run, 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 run. She would turn around like this big idiot. So no, chainsaw would be a terrible idea. The zombies would eat him, and Alpha would probably kill him. What do you think about Whispered Daryl? Loved it. What weapon would you use to see? Wait, what weapon would you like to see in the series, which we haven't seen yet? I'm not saying the one we have in Doomsday Kingdom. I've said it 1,000 times, but I want to see a mace. Let's get a mace. Something that really digs into their skull. A mace with stars on the end, so it just obliterates skulls, you know? Do you think Michonne will finish the Whisperer storyline before leaving? No, I don't see how that's possible. She's only going to be in a couple episodes in Season 10. How do you think Beta versus Daryl fight will end? That I have no idea. I have no clue. I'm sure someone comes and saves him. Listen, you know what? I was dead on. Without looking at spoilers, I was dead on this episode. I just thought of that. The end of the episode, and it was such a... I looked at it, and I just quickly thought, it looks too real. Alpha's not going to test Lydia and just be like, it's okay, you don't have to kill him. No. So what do we know? Daryl's coming. He's coming for Henry. It's a distraction. He gets Henry out of there and da-da-da. So when it comes to the Daryl fight with Beta, I just got to look at the trailer. If there's a hint in the trailer, I'll try to predict it. If not, I really don't know, but maybe some type of interruption. I don't think Alpha's going to be cool with it, though. Before, I thought Alpha will just tell them, all right, get up, get out of here. Beta, hold on. But I think at this point, nah. I think something's got to happen for Beta not to kill him. Ain't it funny that Angela Kang is getting praised and she's just using Gimple's formula? How do you think the show would look like if Darabont was still in charge? Oh, I have no idea. It's hard. It's too hard to predict that because Darabont wanted to do so much different that some of it I don't understand what he was thinking. No, I don't want to go back to Herschel's farm ever. Not at all. It's way too far away, and it would be real dumb if they turned around and went there. It wouldn't make any sense. Ronnie, do you think the Walker Army and the Whisperers would have to be the herd that was led away from the quarry? Ronnie, do you think the Walker Army that the Whisperers have will be the herd that was led away from the quarry? No. No, they collect walkers from everywhere. Is it part that were with the quarry? Sure, some, yeah, but that was 7-8 years ago. They're not walking around with the same exact herd. I'm sure they used herds to attack other places and stuff, so no, it's not the same exact herd. What characters do you think will step up after big characters die and leave the show? I'm hoping for Aaron, Connie, Gabriel right now. 3 big ones to step up. Or 3 characters to step up big time. Will Michonne not being in the storyline affect anything? Oh my god, yeah, it'll affect a lot. I didn't see a trailer for Critters, no, but I am interested. If you want to know Anakin, who I predict for the head on Pikes, I have a whole video up. I put that up like a month ago for the predictions. You think Beta will win the fight, then bring Daryl to Alpha? That's when she shows him the hundreds of zombies? No, I think it's too soon for that. That could be it, but I think it's too soon. Because that's supposed to happen at the same time. So, I think it's a little too soon. Alright, let me shut this down. Questions are just going to keep coming in. I appreciate it, but we got to shut her down and get ready for the stuff coming up this week. Like I said, we'll try to do a prediction. It's going to be a slow transition this month, but be ready for it. We are looking at restructuring to focus on the more polished videos and then get the raw videos up. We're doing that this month, so like I said, just keep checking up with the channel. We're going to have a few gameplays too. Usually at sometime at nighttime around the time we do these, like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, off and on. We got Metro. We got the end of this month. We got Telltale's The Walking Dead's final episode. And also check and see if you hit that bell for notifications and keep an eye out for community tabs on this channel. If you don't have that set up, think about allowing it for this channel because I would like to, as we're transitioning over to the content that everyone says they want, keep in mind, I'm really hoping we get that support because if we don't, it's going to be like a dud, you know? And don't forget, if they're no good, if the deep Ritsus just ain't good, then I ain't mad at you. We won't do them, but I'll put it out. If you guys like it, hit it up with that support. If you don't, let me know, and we'll drop it and move on to something else, because there's a lot planned, you know what I mean? So we can't do it all at once. So put your thoughts and opinions down there about what's coming up with the Highwaymen. I think that's probably the biggest what the fuck, you know? Put those down in the comment box, and then come back. I fucked the ending up. It was like a regular video. What's your thoughts and opinions? I know your thoughts and opinions. We talked about it. But for those rewatching this, put your thoughts and opinions down in that comment box. And then come visit next week to discuss the ass-kicking Daryl gets from Beta and whether or not he's going to steal Daryl's knives. We'll talk about that next Sunday, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. I'll be here, so you better be too.